Hello, fellow Econauts, and welcome back to our show. I'm here with my brother Ben, the Rocketman. Hey, Ben, how are you?
Hey Simon, hey fellow Econauts, how's it going? Today we are Fly Me to the Moon.
Fellow Econauts, we explore the difference between planets and moons. The first question I have to you, Ben, is what is actually a planet?
Well, a planet is pretty much an object that orbits a star and has collected all the debris on its orbit and has become so large that it can form a nearly spherical form. That's very quick. I think um, people who are in the field might know, like sort of beat me to death for this, but I think for our audience that is the most important parts for a planet.
Well, then, what is a moon?
A moon is an object that orbits a planet and more or less characteristics because it's made up usually from the same material that was in the on the orbit of the planet often reflects the composition and material of its planet.
And how do moon influence planets and vice versa?
There's many layers to that. Let's start on our planet with the social influence. Obviously, the moon has a huge impact on our society. People look up there. Our calendars are pretty much aligned to that. Our older calendars are 100% aligned to the moon. Even in biology, you see that the cycle of a woman is often aligned with the moon phases. We have the flood and the tides, of course, also with which is connected to the moon, and therefore gives us a lot of influence on how we can actually use the tides to our advantage.
And if there's a full moon, I cannot sleep very well.
Yeah, me neither. And I grow lots of hair and get like very long teeth as well. So it's very weird.
Yeah, sometimes I have that moment where I feel like the moon is actually influencing me, and then I'm like, that it cannot be the case. But I still think that the moon is influencing my day and night cycle sometimes.
And I think also if you go in the history when astronomers started to, map the sky, they realized very quickly that there is a difference between stars, planets, and the moon. They didn't understand, of course, the heliocentric model. Not all, or at the beginning definitely they didn't understand how we are located in our solar system and in the greater scheme of things in the universe. But they understood that there's a different behavior. The stars, they usually stay in place. That picture is never changing. Planets, which is a word that means wanderer, they look like stars and they wander over the skyline. So they're often different, but they also realize that that they are actually aligned on one plane, pretty much. The moon obviously is even more than a wanderer because that is a very obvious change all the time. So even our ancestors, they understood there's a huge difference between these three things.
I think a little side note here is moons and planets has nothing to do with the size, right? So a moon could be bigger than a planet, and a planet could be, well, smaller than the moon.
That's not quite correct. Usually the moons are smaller than its mother planet, but a moon from a huge gas giant, for example, can be larger than Earth. So you can't. So in that sense, you can't use the size of that object, of that celestial object, determining the what it is. So a moon can be bigger than a planet, but usually a moon is not bigger than its home planet or its mother planet.
So if I'm not mistaken, every planet not necessarily has a moon, but every moon has a planet.
That's not quite correct. So a moon definitely has an object that it orbits. It not necessarily has to be a planet. It can be also an asteroid. So if the asteroid is large enough, it can also possess a moon.
I was not aware of that. I thought that that only planets can have moons. That's interesting. You learn something new every day. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
there's lots of interesting facts. Also, a lot of people are not aware, but our moon drifts away about 4 centimeters per year from our planet. So
Trying to
in
escape, eh?
a couple billion years, we will not have a moon anymore.
All right, fellow Econauts, as already mentioned, I learned a lot today and I hope you too. And if you like this episode, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already.
And let your little moon finger orbit this notification planet. Not only orbit, actually land on it, so you don't miss out on another episode anymore. And don't forget, we have a huge catalog of episodes already, and I invite you to watch them as well.
And I hope I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.
See ya.